Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to CrowCast episode 53. We're back. It's Tuesday. We're live at 9. What another amazing guest we got coming up. Incredible. Another legend that's gracing the CrowCast stage, Mr. Biff Byford. Exciting, Ron?
Yeah, man. I mean, yet again, God, it's mad to think 53 weeks. And we got so many more weeks planned. It's incredible. Like, it's brilliant. Always looking forward to CrowCast, mate. I say it all the time. It's nice to have something in the diary. And it's nice to plan for things. It's always nice to build a show. And for anybody who's watching tonight, any new viewers, last week we did our birthday special. Thanks for anybody who stayed up that. What time did we go to bed?
That marathon, 4 hours, was it?
4 hours.
Yeah.
But there was a lot we tried to cram in. There was a lot we left out. I'm sure we'll revisit a lot of it. But yeah, what an episode, mate. I mean, thank you to Ricky Warwick last week for this, the exclusive music and message. Killer Lights Jr., Chris Barras, Massive Wagons. There was just so many, weren't there? Like messages off Ruth Jones, Johnny Owen. Wow.
Insane, bud. Like we keep saying, it's hard to believe it's been a year. It's hard to believe we've been doing this a year. And, the caliber of guests and people taking time out to come and, chat with us. Great times, man. But it just doesn't feel like a year. It's insane.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, an idea how to keep things going, an idea how to keep in touch with everybody, and 53 weeks later, it's still going, and joined by yet again a juggernaut of the metal world. I mean, his accomplishments are phenomenal. So can't wait to get into a lot of that with him. But yeah, for anybody, like I said, who missed the last week's episode 53, episode 52. Available on our YouTube channel. And like I said, it was packed with music. Toby Jepson, left him out. Fair play, Toby. Sent us a video. Just so much music, so many great best bits. And it was so nice to see, I think, still in the hundreds, staying up with us until 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was. Like,
good stupid o'clock. Yeah, you see so many comments saying, "Oh, I have to go. I got work in the morning," and they're like, sod it. And with the Crows till they finish, it's incredible. But
mate,
go on.
Go on, I was going to say I had a message off a couple of people saying it took them 3 or 4 days to actually catch up. So they were doing it in like hour intervals, all right, I'll do an hour, now I'll do another hour. It's like mad, man.
Some of the comments there, look, Wednesday morning was a rough one. Yes, Shelley. Donna Morgan, I flagged around 12. Sorry. That's all right, Donna. Catch up on YouTube. It's there. Emma, I just about managed to stay awake. Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? Where did those 4 hours go, though? Again, that didn't feel like 4 hours.
No.
Mad. No. Absolutely mad.
Yeah, man. Weather's out as well. Sun's out, mate.
The sun is out. It was beautiful today, which means...
Gotta get a cheap plug in.
That's what you need, everybody. A pair of them bad boys. A pair of them.
Wrong way.
I seen some photos today on the Crow fan page. Some people have had theirs or bought theirs. They've arrived today and looking cool, looking slick. Thank you, everybody, supporting the band. It's incredible. We love you guys. But there are still some available right now on our web store. Just head on over to thosedamncrows.com for everything Crows. Our web store's on there as well.
Yeah, and we'll be catching up with the boys later as well, finding out about their week, bit of Crow radio. Dave's Did You Know? So that'll be coming up. Shall we have a guest?
Well, we're going straight in, are we?
Oh, why not, innit? Why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, the legend that is the frontman of Saxon, Mr. Biff Byford.
Oh, hey.
Hey. How's it going, Biff? How's it going? Yeah.
Doing good. Yeah. Been good.
Good man.
Studio. So, going back in the studio when I finish this time in the Crow's Nest. This is the Crow's Nest, isn't it?
Yes,
it's the CrowCast, the Crow's Nest, yeah. So literally, you just stopped recording to do this. Have you stopped recording to do this?
Yeah, I'm actually listening to mixes and things. Where I've made an album with my son, so we just listen to mixes at the moment. Yeah, you know what that's like.
Yeah.
Doing little changes here and there, you know.
Oh, fantastic!
So that's going to be the next album that comes out from me, basically, me and my son. So that'll be out in the summer sometime.
I love that, Biff. Yeah, because you've been jamming. I've seen a few Facebook videos where you've both been jamming together. Is there going to be any material from that, or?
No. We've written some new stuff, really. I mean, Seb's had some songs around for a while that he wanted to do, so we did. We wrote some lyrics together. So yeah, it sounds pretty cool. It's not really like Saxon, but you don't really want another Saxon album. There's enough of them, so we'll do something a bit different.
So are you both singing on it, or is it you?
Yeah, both singing. He's a singer-songwriter, so he's playing guitar and playing bass. A friend of ours is playing drums, and so it's been really good fun.
Amazing. I was thinking, like, when I was obviously doing a bit of research on you, Biff, you play a lot of instruments, right?
I do, yeah. I play a lot of instruments fairly averagely.
But I was surprised to hear that you play the flute.
I did. I've still got a flute somewhere upstairs. I do sort of get it out now and again and look at it.
Is that going to be on the album?
I think I've lost the subtlety in my lips though over the years. So I probably just squeaky a solo. You know what I mean? Not play a solo, be like some like squeaky noise, like somebody moving a chair on a wooden floor.
That's awesome. No, that's brilliant. You're recording with your son. I mean, we've done. I don't know if you remember this, but we did a gig with your son in Camden. God, many years ago when the Crows first started. But you were there. You were actually in the audience watching in the Camden Barfly. Yeah,
it was the festival, wasn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
I remember you guys. Yeah. I was the roadie that night. I was driving the van.
Yeah. What I was going to say, you were quite pissed at the end of the night, so you could have been.
It's rock and roll, mate. What do you expect?
Oh, we loved it. In all fairness, to see you there and
just
the support you were giving your lad was incredible. Like that's what you want. You could see that you had them all drilled. This is what you need to do. There's your sound check. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. It was great for us to watch on the side as well because. I mean, that advice is fantastic for any band. So, those members should have been grateful for that because it's almost insights. Even if it was down at that level in Camden, you still got to be on there, do your sound check, make sure.
Yeah, you got to pay your dues. You can't just you got to have great songs, and you got to pay the dues, and you got to try and develop what you're good at. That's the secret, I think.
Yeah. Did your son always show you his stuff?
Sorry?
Did your son always show you his stuff that he records? Get your input into it?
Sometimes, yeah. Eventually, he doesn't show it straight away. He does his own thing and, he'll play me a track sometimes. But he writes a lot of different styles of stuff. He's not really into metal so much writing. He likes listening to it, but he writes more sort of... More of a sort of feel rock, more blues rock, really. So you'll have to get a copy and get him on your show when it comes out.
Love that, Definitely. Dude. Yeah, absolutely. We love new music, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Biff, thank you so much for your time and joining us, bud. It's a real honor to speak with you. On CrowCast, we like to get sort of deep and personal, if that's okay with you. We just want to know, like, when did it start for you, Biff? Going back. When you were young, what was the music you were listening to that kind of inspired you to pick up the guitar or sing?
Well, the things that are on the album, actually, they're on inspirations. Those sort of things. I saw the Beatles on TV in 1963, their first broadcast. That was pretty cool, seeing four guys playing electric instruments. And, singing. Then the Stones came shortly after, a bit more long hair, rock and roll, So it was a great time, and I think more than influencing me in music, I think it inspired me to become a musician. And obviously I could already sing at that time. I mean, you can't really learn to sing if you've got a voice or you haven't. But so I played guitar for a while, and then I couldn't really get it together with wasting my life learning to play solos. So I was like just a rhythm guitarist, basically. It's like it takes a lifetime to play lead guitar properly. It's like the guys are dedicated. My dedication went in a different way, so I took up the bass guitar.
Right.
So that was all cool. I was a pretty good bass player. So.
So how old are you? How old are we talking now? How old were you then?
Sorry.
How old were you then?
Well, when I saw the Beatles, I would be about 12 or 13, something like that. So after that, I started to play. A friend of mine, a neighbor of mine, actually played banjo, which is the same tuning as a bass guitar. So he showed me a few things when I got a bass guitar. My best friend's brother played guitar in a band, like a blues band.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. He got like a Stratocaster on a sort of Fender amp and a Benson Baby, whatever they call them. So it was pretty cool. And I used to smash around on that Fender Strat, probably 1960s, maybe a 50s Strat, probably worth about 40 grand now. But we used to smash around on it in the front room, playing weird noises on the trems. So I sort of got into the guitar sound of things then, really.
Epic.
I love that. So when you were watching the Beatles, is that like, are they the band that kind of made you want to be in a band, or were you just imitating?
No.
You know what I mean, doing the whole imitating them, and you didn't really think about
it?
Or?
I just thought it was a band that were writing, an English band from Liverpool, from the north, and they were like a gang, weren't they? Back in the day, going out and playing gigs. They played in Germany, some terrible little places. So, the 60s was a fantastic time to be a teenager, because musically it was like absolutely turning around, changing all the time. You got Hendrix, you got the Kinks, you got Cream, a little bit of Cream in the late 60s, and things like that, So, and then it turned all into the Yardbirds, and, then came along Purple and bands like that. So it sort of, I graduated with the music towards more rocky things, So by the time I was sort of 16, I was like rocking out with the bass, in rock bands, basically, trying to write our own stuff, failing miserably, but doing cover versions, of the rock stuff of the day.
But you still weren't singing at that time?
I was singing at that time.
Right.
I mean, in a few bands, I sang backing vocals and just took a couple of songs. I used to be in a band called the Iron Mad Wilkinson Band, which is probably the most fantastic name ever for a band. It's a bit like Blue Oyster Cult of Barnsley. It was a heavy band, and we got tons of support. Along the way, we played with a lot of bands at the time, like the Strobes and bands like that. We got a lot of support. We used to wear Chris Velvet jackets then, and headbands. It was cool.
Yeah, man, I love hearing those stories. Remember, can you imagine being around that time, Ron? Do you know what I mean? When music was just literally life. Do you know what I mean? It was your personality. Like now it's a bit sort of compartmentalized, and you like that or you like that.
Yeah. It was a bit fucking rough though. We got no money or anything. You know what I mean? It was like it wasn't a great time for. It was a great time in the 60s, but I think the 70s were getting a bit rough, for us getting gigs and things and trying to get what we wanted. Living in.
Oh, I missed that then.
Yeah. Yeah, we were living basically on nothing really, just trying to get gigs and making demo tapes and sending them off. So it was pretty hard, to get noticed.
Yeah.
Because especially during the sort of late 70s when the punk thing was big, we couldn't get arrested, because we got long hair and so it was really really hard, to get noticed.
But notice you did, Biff. So how did that happen? What was the
Well,
point?
like everything really, it happened by accident. We sent a tape off. We sent cassette tapes off continually all the time.
Yeah.
And a few guys came to see us, A&R guys came to see us, and then, left, and we never heard of them again. I mean, maybe the rope crew killed them, I don't know. But we never heard from them again. And we sent the tape off to EMI, and a guy came up to see us in some club in Bradford. I can't remember what it was called. Some sort of disco club. We were playing a gig there. And he came to see us. And he just said, "Oh yeah, I like the band," and then he fucked off, and we never heard of him again. Basically, the same thing. So same old. So about it must have been about 3 or 4 months later. A guy from Trident Management, who were Queen's Management, phoned us and said, "Oh, there's a company that's interested in signing you, and we'd like to manage you." Yeah. And we said, "Oh, fair enough, go for it." And what happened was that the guys from EMI, 2 guys from EMI that came to see us, left, and they became one was the managing director and one was the A&R guy of a small independent French company called Career Records, and they opened. They had an office in Mayfair, and that's how it started. Really, they wanted a rock band. They were sniffing around and thought there was something happening, and they offered us. I think they offered us 30,000 quid, and we snapped their hand off.
Yeah, man.
And Trident Management, they were great. They put us in a studio, and that was for the first album. The first album came out, it did okay. In today's standards, it would probably be number 1.
Yeah.
But back then, it didn't exactly set the world on fire. I think it did about 20,000 copies, which wasn't a lot then. And Trident dropped us, the management dropped us, which is probably a good thing, because I think they were a bit dodgy anyway. So, according to Queen anyway. So,
right.
So we moved on, and we got a new management. We actually were managed by a guy in Wales for a while. I can't remember his name. He was quite a well-known promoter of the time, but it didn't work out. And we actually got a couple of guys managing us from London, and they, they're the ones that sort of. We had 1 album left. We had 1 option left. So basically, the deal was if we didn't make a great album, then that was it. It was over, So, and that was where Wheels of Steel came from.
Wow. Talk about make or break. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, definitely make or break. They put us in the Welsh mountains with some bloody people that lived in teepees, and honestly, I'm not making this up. And basically, they had a farmhouse, and they let the farmhouse out. They let the studio in there, and we stayed in the farmhouse, and obviously with the studio. And they all lived in teepees on the top of this frigging mountain, and they were like vegans. They didn't eat, they just lived off the land basically with this seeds and nuts and things. And we were like bringing in legs of lamb and stuff. It must have been awful. It must have been awful for the kids, to must have been at the window that give me some meat. Anyway, it worked out good because we got snowed in for 3 weeks, and we just continued writing songs, and the management came down with the record company, and we played them a couple of tracks, and they were absolutely gobsmacked. We didn't even know we'd written any good song. We were so so sort of cut off from everything. Yeah, we were just recording. We had a little. I had a Revox 2-track, reel to reel. We had 2 microphones in the room. one near the drums and one near the guitar cabs, and that was it really. That's where I recorded the demos on.
Wow.
It was good, yeah.
That's so interesting to hear you say that. You didn't know that you'd written this beast of an album and that the record company was going to love it. Do you find now, Biff, that when you record albums throughout your career, do you ever think this is the one, this is the best one we've done so far? Does it ever meet what you think? Do you know what I mean? What people think and what compared to what you think as a musician?
I don't think you're ever 100% satisfied with any album that you write or make.
Yeah.
Because you can make albums very quick, like we did Inspirations in 3 weeks basically, and Wheels of Steel was probably done around the same time, 3 weeks maybe, and then you can spend 3-4 months on an album, and you're always tweaking, you're always thinking, I could have done that better, I could have done this better. But I think from the songs, I think our secret with songwriting is that I always try to find, I'm always looking for great guitarists that sound fantastic live. So we're always trying to write music for live.
Yes.
We spent a bit of time in the late 80s making music for studios. You know what I'm saying? There's a sort of difference, really. And I think really rock fans just want fucking great rock albums that, they're not really interested in the finery things that we are interested in as musicians and entertainers. I think fans just listen to it as an album or a song and they go, I like that.
Yeah. I'm
not sure about that one. So, I think we try to write different songs on every album. We try not to repeat ourselves. That's very important. And we just try and create an atmosphere on the song that people can get into.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, we're a little bit like Maiden, I suppose, because we write songs with quite historic lyrics. So it's it's a great place to be that, because there's tons and tons of ideas there that you can use.
Yeah, I was going to say that, and we were also going to say we kind of do the same, and we always tell other bands to always think of your live show and try and take that to the studio rather than getting caught up, because a lot of bands do it, man. I mean, especially now with the digital age, it's so easy to drop in. You can build that cake and you can put too much dressing on everything, and you can completely forget what it's going to be like live and how are the fans going to react to it. And like you said, people are paying to come and watch you, so they want to interact with that, or they want to sing along to a riff, or they want to sing along to a chorus, or
I mean, we went through the production processes in our career where we had big choirs and things, and to beef up the choruses. It was good fun at the time, but I think we've gone back to a more Saxon style, our own style, not try to be too much like anybody else, not follow trends. Yeah, I think that's one of the things. I think if you're a young band, then you can start a trend, but if you're an older band, then don't follow them. I think that's the key. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When did you said, like, obviously that album become a beast, which it did, and it's in the history books. But like, when did you go from not earning and you're struggling, or like you said, the label are thinking about the option. When did you actually think, do you know what, this is working? This is becoming because you were one of the front runners of the, as they say, the new wave of British heavy metal, or like now it's the new wave of classic rock. You were part of a massive scene that will always be remembered, always, it's immortalized. Did you know something special was happening?
I think we noticed something was happening. Around about 78, a lot of younger guys were getting into the music. A lot of school kids, and students and things were getting into this newer style of rock music. They weren't really bothered about the punk because it was a little bit fashion poppy punk. I mean, I did like the energy of it. We did use that a bit, but most of the bands were quite fashion orientated. Mm-hmm. And you know, or really angry for no reason. You know what I mean? So so we sort of were actually a new wave of rock music, more in the vein of Purple and you know, bands like that, but with a different style of playing music. You know, much faster, much more aggression. You know, it's very, very strong hooks in the songs, not over instrumental. You know, I think one of the longest solos we did was probably, you know, Eagles Landed, you know, which is like maybe a minute and a half, you know, which for a 70s band, that's short, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for an 80s band, that was the thing. And I think Maiden and Saxon in particular, I think, you know, we were the bands of that generation, really. I mean, I think Motorhead were as well, but they'd been around a bit longer than we had. I mean, the thing is, yeah, if you put it in like years, then all these bands are about the same age as we are. Mm-hmm. But musically, we're younger because we didn't start making records until quite late. You know what I mean? I was like in my 20-something. So, you know, I wasn't like Robert Plant, who was on an album at 17.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, it's some people, it's weird for some people because, you know, same age as Rob Halford, but he's probably got like 5 albums before us. Yes. You know, he was around like mid-70s, where we were still struggling in working men's clubs in South Wales and in sort of, you know, in Geordieland.
So knowing that, did you feel that pressure as the front man of a new wave of rock music, heavy metal music? What I mean is, when did it go from, like you said, those smaller venues to arenas to massive audiences? What was it like for you as a performer, that step up?
Well, it comes gradual, but I just think the story becomes bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, you know, the first time we went to America, we toured with Rush, and you know, the first gig we played was like 20,000 people. Wow. So, I mean, we played some big gigs in the UK and Europe, you know, by that time. But to walk on stage in front of that many people and do it every night for like, you know, a couple of months, you know, you learn to work the audience, especially when you're the first band on. Yeah. And maybe like 4 people have seen you before or never heard of you. You know what I mean? So it's you have to swing an audience your way.
Yeah. And
you can only do that by being try to be exciting and try to sell your songs, you know. And yeah, it was a crazy way to learn how to do that.
Yeah. Well, did you ever get?
I think the secret is confidence.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to be confident.
Yeah.
Of working an audience, you know, you have to be confident that your songs are good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For that venue. And I mean, I see some bands in arenas, and the music's not really arena music, so it doesn't really work for me. But you know, some music is, and some music isn't.
Yeah, we're aware of that because we always say about you got to fill a room and you got to connect with that person at the back, and it's got to be a show. That's what we love. I mean, especially about the bands back then as well. I mean, we were later onto it because, like I said, it's quite a controversial thing. But we came about in the grunge era, which I know when I spoke to Blaze a couple of weeks ago, he was like, "We were at war with grunge." It was like. But for us, grunge was the influence to make us into a band. Do you know what I mean? That was the era for us to kind of get into a band or you know start.
Yeah, well, it goes round it usually goes round in 10-year cycles, and you know Nirvana and Pearl Jam and all that sort of thing came along. I mean that was the new music. You know, I wasn't really at war with them or like that. You know, I didn't really give a shit. I just listened to the music and thought, that's cool. You know, great song. I mean Nirvana stuff was like, you know, for me, the Nirvana stuff was like when I first saw the Sex Pistols.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, this is different.
Yeah.
You know, so I listened to it and I liked it. You know, we took a few things from grunge. It influenced the guitarist riffs for a while, definitely.
Yeah, because
the darker side of the rhythm playing, definitely.
Yeah, because at that point we'd grown up on bands like the Beatles, the Kinks, and then going right through, like, you know, you're obviously listening to the old LPs and stuff. And then it was cool because for us, like, once we'd gone through the grunge, it was almost like we back listened to all the metal scene. Do you know what I mean? A lot of my mates started turning into metalheads, or they were listening to this and they'd be listening to maybe more modern, like Sepultura, etc. But then we back listened to Iron Maiden, and then we start listening to Saxon, and then we start listening to Judas Priest. So it was all like part of our like, I don't know, it was our foundations, wasn't it, Shane? It was almost like without bands like yourself, and like of our stage, that 94, 95, that's kind of what got us inspired and to be in a band, like, you know. So
Yeah,
it must have been incredible to be in that washing machine of it, like, you know, and in the mix with all those great bands, like.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's great, you know, music moves around. It's you know, it's like water. It's always flowing around and going backwards and forwards. And you know, you've got to let you know, young guys come along, or not even young guys, but new guys come along with a new style of music or a new sort of way of playing music, and people go for it, you know. And you know, unfortunately, some of the bands that were big, you know, fall down, you know, because a new kid come on the block. But I think the secret is your music has to be strong. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you've got great songs, I think that can take you through all these ups and downs. I think if Nirvana was still together, they'd still be big today. You know what I mean? Because it would have gone on. Or, you know, when Pearl Jam is still big today, they still, you know, do headline shows in arenas. A lot of those bands do. So their music's carried them through, you know. And that's the secret, I think. It's the fans. It's all connects to the fans. If your fans buy the album and they support you through the years, then there's nothing to worry about. You know, it's not about people's perception of fame. You know, it's just a perception how people have it. You know, it's like, oh, you've sold so many million albums. You know, yeah, so what? Like, it just that's how it is. You know, it's it's just, you know, we're still the same guys we were when we only sold like 4 albums.
Yeah.
By the way, I never got paid for the albums, so you know. That used to happen in the 80s as well. You know, you used to go, part of the thing was to get ripped off. That's paying your dues, you know.
We made a slight joke about, like, obviously, you know,
the manager used to sort of visit us in his Porsche now and again, you know. I mean, the deal was, you can have anything you want, but no cash. That's what they used to say, you know. And we had they set up like companies in Jersey for us, offshore companies, and yeah, they'd walk away with like suitcases full of cash from the gigs and the merchandising, and it would get put in the back of a car, and the last you saw it, it's like went like, you know. And that's how it was then.
Wow.
I'd lose my shit.
I was gonna say, you can imagine how tight we are now, Shane. Jesus Christ!
I tell you, I'd be chasing that Porsche. I'd be keying his Porsche. I'd be kicking shit out of his Porsche.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, so you know, we got, it was all about music for us, and still is. You know, it's just what it is, really. If you write music, then you can't stop, really. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You can have periods where you can't, you know, there's nothing coming through, you know, no inspiration. But generally, if you write your own music, then you're on pretty solid ground, I think.
Yeah, man, absolutely, bud. So this album, Inspirations, obviously, I love the fact that you're talking about all types of music and taking bits of that. And I'm just thinking of your son, dude. What a teacher to listen to and be inspired by. You know, you've been there, you've done it, and you've done knowledge, but at the same time, you're saying, hear this, hear that, and make that, interpret that into your way of performing then. But this album, you've got Inspirations. Some of these songs, bud, they're world class. These songs. So this was just like a fun love for music, as opposed to a Saxon album. There it is, Inspirations.
Well, it was just a fun thing to do in lockdown, really. You know, we hadn't played together for, you know, since September, I think. So nearly a year before, and we just wanted to do something together as a band. We were a bit fed up of not doing anything because we've already written the next Saxon album. I just need to do the vocals, which I'm starting maybe in a couple of weeks. So that album's not coming out until February now, so it's delayed. Right. But yeah, we had the idea in October, recorded it in 3 weeks in November, and I think the first single came out in December. So it's a very quick thing, and I didn't want to just do a covers album. I wanted to do something that was specifically to the boys in the band, so we each had ideas about what songs to do. I mean, I produced the album, so I should have had a last call on what we did, but I didn't want to choose the obvious songs. Yeah. Like people said, oh, you should do Highway Star, Deep Purple. I was like, no, I wanted to Speak King. It means more to me, Speak King. I was more influenced by Speak King, Motorcycle Man, those songs that, those lyrics that I wrote back then, start singing. So I did Speak King, which is not the obvious choice. Yeah. For a Deep Purple song. And I love the riff. That's an awesome riff that Blackmore plays there. Yeah. I think it's a better riff than Highway Star, because Highway Star is just E string, wrong. Whereas Speak King moving around a lot.
I mean, the list of songs on here: Painted Black, Stones, Immigrant Song, Zeppelin, Paperback Writer, Beatles, Evil Woman, Stone Free, Bomber, Speed King, The Rocker, Hold the Line, Problem Child, See My Friends. I mean, what a list of songs.
Yeah, it's a great list. We didn't really realize what we'd done until we recorded it, listened to it back. And, I did the order in sort of so it was interesting for people to listen to, and stick it in your car. It's like, oh, that's great. The next song. Each song's totally different to the song before. Yeah. And each song has a story to it. There's a AC/DC. I don't remember when their first album came out, 70, 75 was it, something like that. And I went to see them in Sheffield. I said to the band, we have to go see this band. They're great. I got their first album. And they were playing this little club in Sheffield University Bar, and there's maybe 60 people in there. And the first song they played was Problem Child. So I thought that's pretty cool, and I don't think if it had been for AC/DC, I don't think we would have written a song like Wheels of Steel musically, because it's very much that sort of, mid-tempo, hard grooving song with a really sort of AC/DC type chorus, still it's like, it's that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, they influence us a lot in songwriting, AC/DC.
Yeah, you can see the similarities there, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Was it great to get with the guys? And obviously, like you said, you hadn't seen them for so long. How was all of that, especially with COVID? Because, you can see you've kept yourself busy and you've kept yourself busy within music, which is amazing. Where we've spoken to a lot of people and they find it more difficult, especially like with the live scene closed down. But you seem to get your head straight into the writing, especially with the boy. And then to get this record together with the guys is fantastic. Was it weird getting back together after that break, or?
Not really, because we not really, because we talk on the phone all the time anyway, because we're mates, aren't we? It's not, yeah. We don't all have different managers and hate each other. So, well, we might hate each other. We don't have different managers. But
that's good to know.
Yeah, yeah, it was great to get back together, and the circumstances that we did, this fun project that we came up with, and a friend of mine, his family owned this huge estate here in Yorkshire with a big mansion house, with a big sort of stately home thing, and I was asking him if he knew anywhere that was like old and big that we could record, and he said, yeah, this place is free for 2 weeks while they do some renovation work. So yeah, I said, yeah, we'll do that. So we did it like the old, back in the day, we used to read the magazines and see, like Deep Purple in this chateau making an album, or, Led Zeppelin in a manor house down in sort of, you know, the Cotswold, making an album in the dining room or something. So so I thought I want to do that because I've never done it. You know, we've always worked in studios, so I never done it. I've never turned a big house into a studio. So we just set it up. We had Nigel on the drums in a huge hallway, and you know, through some big double doors was the library. So we were in there, and all the cables ran through the wall, you know, through the doors into the into where we recorded. So it was very similar, you know, to the old days. So and captured everything live. Then just did a couple of solos, overdubs, and that was it really. You know, I did the vocals later with my son. Recorded them with me. So yeah, it was very quick, you know, instant.
So I was going to say, did you discuss on the phone, like, I don't know, pre-arrangements and stuff, or was it the case when you got there and you just had a jam out and worked it that way?
No, what we did was we rehearsed for a week.
Ah, cool.
My place. So we tried loads of different songs, and criteria was we're not going to do any songs unless we can do them like Saxon. Yeah. Because I'm not going to change my voice sound to sound like anybody in particular. So so that was it. You know, and you know, the guys, obviously the guys knew the songs, you know, because they're great musicians. So you know, there was a couple of things that were a bit difficult because we changed a few things. You know, we didn't do the long jams that are on Speed King. We should have condensed it and just made we made one of Blackmore's really famous you know, guitar phrases. We made it into a twin guitar part. So you know, we were doing things like that just for fun really. But yeah, you know, the whole thing came together and we rehearsed. So when we went in to record, everybody knew what they were doing, you know, so it was just a matter of we did, you know, 3 takes and then pick the best take, just like we did back in the 80s, actually, exactly the same, you know.
So the fact that you produced this album as well, is that came later on in your career, just because, you know, you've been in the studio, the experience came and you found that you...
Well, I've produced quite a few Saxon albums. It doesn't usually say on the cover, but I've produced quite a few Saxon albums, you know, with different people and sometimes on my own. So, yeah, I'm pretty at home with the studio. You have to remember, we've grown, you know, the band have come right through the digital age. Yeah. So, you know, we're not, you know, we're really au fait with analog and digital. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're not stuck in a time warp. We can, you know, we use Pro Tools and we use analog. You know, we use Logic and we use all sorts of things. You know, everything gets thrown into the pot, and whatever we feel sounds the best, we use. You know. Yeah,
I was going to ask, if my guitarist was here now, Shine, I'd be asking you, what do you prefer, the sound of analog or digital?
Well, I think it's difficult because these days, you know, you've got profilers that you really can't tell the difference, you know. Yeah. I think maybe a dog could tell the difference, but I don't think a human being can tell the difference. But sometimes I think sometimes you can record on analog and then put it onto digital. Sometimes people do it the other way around. I mean, you know, it's an experimental thing in studios, and you know, I think. I don't know. I'm still out. The jury's still out for me. Yeah. Because we've made albums completely analog. You know, an album called Lionheart was totally analog, and then you know, an album called Metalhead, you know, was probably one of our first digital albums, which was on. I think we did it on ADAT, which was like little cassette things, you know. Yeah. So we tried all sorts of different methods of recording, but I think the best method of recording is both. You know, I think real Marshall amps or high whatever amps you want. You know, whether it be, you know, whatever's your thing. Real amps, real speakers, real microphones always sounds better to me than a profiler. Yeah. But you know, we're not against using profilers either if it works. You know. Yeah, I mean, we have Kempers, we have Marshall Stats, we have everything. So, you know, sometimes it's down to the producer. You know, Andy Sneap's our producer and has been for quite some time now, and you know, sometimes he prefers to do it a different way, you know, than we want to do it, you know. So it's just an experiment. Every time we go and make an album, we always do it different. There's no, I don't think there's any set rules with music.
Yeah, we really we met Andy on our previous album. We were working with Colin Richardson and Chris Clancy, and we recorded at Andy's house, like, you know.
Right, yeah.
And yet again, it was like being in a toy store because he's got everything. He's got fucking everything. He had drum kits coming out. He had every amp, every guitar head, pedals galore, and I loved being with Andy and watching when I was there, and same with Shane will say, he was just, everything was coming out to play with Shane, or he could use certain things. Same with Colin Richardson. So we got a little taste to see what Andy can do, like, you know, and I imagine he's the same with you guys. It was incredible watching him work, like, you know.
Well, the thing is with Andy, he's a guitarist, isn't it? So you know, for the guitarist, it's fantastic working with Andy because, you know, he sits and works with them, and, you know, works out things and works out the best sounds, and you know, it's great to be a guitarist and work with Andy, definitely. And you know, me and him do a lot of vocals together. On this next album, I'm going to do a vocals with my son, pure and simply because he's busy at the moment doing Dream Theatre. So you know, it won't work out, but he is doing the album. It's just you know, I'm recording it somewhere. It's the same equipment. I still use my 1940s AKG C12 and a Telefunken preamp. I've used that for the last, I don't know, must be 15 albums.
Wow.
You know.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Absolutely.
Well, I love the Neumanns and the AKG old microphones. There's something about them. You know, they're 24 karat gold for a start, which you don't really get anymore. You know, the diaphragm. So it's all about and it handles my voice. You know, because I have a really slicey, brutal voice sometimes, and it handles that. I can really scream at the microphone. I can be like half an inch away from it and really scream at it, and it likes it.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do that, we're getting a bit technical here, boys. But if you do that with a Neumann, it goes off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Said, oh no, I'm not having that.
Yeah.
Take this fucker away from me. It's not doing that.
Yeah.
Neumann, you know, I can't take that.
Yeah. I use a Neumann actually. Thinking about it, up Andy Sneap's
Everybody
on
uses
the
Neumann. I mean, they're brilliant.
They're incredible. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I loved getting technical, man. This is brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm sure everybody's falling asleep on the chairs. Give us some rock and roll fucking stories, man. Shit, like,
well,
technical shit.
I mean, when we met Andy, he was actually stepping in. He was the guitarist for Judas Priest, which was brilliant for us because in the days you'd see him kind of moving around the studio. Like I said, we worked with Colin and Chris, and then in the evenings it'd be great because he's just fucking rehearsing flat out the Judas Priest, like in his midway kind of studio. Incredible, and then showing us clips from some of the tour. Which obviously yourself, you were on that bill when they did. Yeah, I mean, what was that like? Was that great?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Yeah, I mean, we love Priest, and you know, they're big friends of ours. We've known them for a long time. The first tour in Europe we did in 1980 was with Judas Priest. It was the British Steel tour, and we were on Wheels of Steel. So we did a full European tour with them. So yeah, we knew them from way back. We did some Top of the Pops together, and we did a lot of German TV together. So, yeah, we knew Priest quite well, actually, and it's always great. I mean, they're absolutely brilliant band, Judas Priest. Iconic brand.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
Influenced many people. So, yeah, I mean, they're great. We love Priest.
Do you have a particular tour that stands out where you're like, you were excited to go on it and it just lived up to everything that you wanted? Like,
I'm always excited to go on tour, no matter where we're going, really. You know, we've done some great tours recently. The Judas Priest tour was great. We did We did a really nice tour with UFO of America.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago. We toured with them in the 80s as well. Back in the day, we did some quite a few shows in America with UFO. I can't remember what album it was, but it was the Welsh guitarist from Lone Star. I can't remember what his name was now, but he was the guitarist in UFO when we toured with them. But it was Pete Way and Phil and the drummer and I can't remember what they called him. Anyway, whatever.
Exciting.
So has there been ever sort of a moment, like a holy shit moment, where you're walking out on stage and if this is the biggest crowd you've ever played to, that made you, I don't know, just think, wow, we've properly made it. This is big time now.
I don't think you actually ever think you've made it, really. I think maybe back in the 80s, you think that, but I think in retrospect, I don't think you ever think you've made it. I don't think I don't think Steve Harris probably thinks he's made it. I think he always thinks they can do an even bigger gig in Brazil.
Yeah.
or an even bigger gig somewhere, or do like more shows, back to back. So I don't think you ever think you've really reached a level where you can say, "Whoa, I've made it," because you're always. I mean, if you reach a level and say, "Yeah, I've made it, I'm going to retire now," then I think that's different.
Yeah.
But I think if you've got no intention of retiring, I think whether you've made it, I don't know. It's like I said, it's people's perception of whether you've made it, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. But the way I see it is your fan base, the fact that you've been in the game as long as you have consistently with these albums, that to me says you've made it. You are in a career where you are a musician now. So yeah, I know you mean about the grandeur of everything, but I'm talking about to be as successful as you have, for as long as you have, you must know this is what I am.
Yeah, I think probably when you're saying, do I think, what I'm saying is I don't feel smug and think, well, I've made it. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think we're always striving to do better things and to do bigger gigs and go on tour more. So because it's a thing. I've been doing it for a long time, so it's it's in my DNA to carry on doing what we do, and I don't see any reason to stop really, unless I mean, I had a heart attack last year, which stopped me quite suddenly. But we got that fixed, a bit like a car, really. Get in, get it fixed, get back out again. Got some miles left, so it's. I mean, it's a great thing, music, being a musician. I really feel, the luckiest guy alive, really, to be doing what I'm doing so long after I first decided to do it. I've lost a lot of relationships. I've lost a lot of friends, because of it. Because, if you've been focused and dedicated, you know what it's like. You have to be totally focused, and you lose a lot of girlfriends. You lose a wife sometimes. Or children, and it's absolutely it's crazy how when the music gets into your blood, how far you go to get what you want, to achieve what you want to achieve, and that's one of the. And I think I talk to a lot of musicians and friends about this, and they all have the same attitude that they don't do it on purpose. It's just they can't stop.
Yeah.
It's like it's like being it's psychotic, really, in a way.
I've explained it before. I've said it's an addiction. There's almost two bottles that you can take. There's the bottle of when you jam a new song with the band and you're like, oh, this is a cracker. And I mean, I can only explain it from a drummer's point of view, where I can feel it all coming together and you hear the vocal line and the band starts to build it really early doors and you're like, fuck, this is a cracking tune. That, if you could bottle that, that's an amazing feeling. And then the second one is obviously when you walk out and everybody sings your songs back. And you look around at your bandmates and everyone's actually smiling, not like, oh, fuck it. It's amazing. It's like two two different drugs that are needed. It's almost like you're right. You know, I wouldn't imagine now being without them. Like, you know, it's I've done it, and it almost feels like cold turkey, where you feel that something's missing, or you just kind of you steer back to it. It's an addiction. That's a great way to put it, Biff.
Yeah, well, the thing is as well, you know, that the last year, you know, we've not done anything. So I think probably we've turned back into a bit like that band in 1976, 77 who were making demos. We're just like making records now. You know, we're writing and doing this thing with my son. I've done his presents. You know, I had my solo album out, you know, last year. So there's a lot of things being done in the year that we could have been touring, you know. And we miss touring because we're fundamentally a live band. And like I said before, when we first started, we write music to play live.
Yeah,
that's what we do. So if we're not able to do that, then it's like half of your body's missing, half of your you know, your makeup is gone. Really, you're just in a studio. And obviously, I do other things as well. You know, like, you know, we walk the dog, and you know, I've spent time with my family, but always thinking, you know, what about that lyric? What about that riff? You know, like it's always there, simmering under the surface there. You know.
Yeah, man. I love that, but dude, you could still see the passion and determination in your brother, and long may it continue. Thank you, Biff, so much for joining us tonight, buddy. Really appreciate your time. Inspirations is out now, guys. You can go and get some killer songs done by the mighty Saxon in their way. There it is. Click on that link. We'll put it in the comments. Go and get that, guys. Biff, we can't wait to hear that album as well in February.
We're looking forward to being back on the road. We're looking forward to releasing our next stuff, and fingers crossed, everything will be fantastic next year.
Yes, hopefully. Biff, thank you so much.
Biff. Thank you so much.
Peace and quiet.
Thank you, Biff.
Cheers, Biff. How's it going, Crows?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Really good.
Good tune, that, isn't it?
Yeah, that was good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, all those songs, man, they're classics, aren't they? They're just...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. That Deep Purple was my gateway to Deep Purple in rocks, that album. Great album.
Yeah, man.
Fair play. Fair play.
Well, Inspirations is available now, and a massive thanks to Biff for joining us. Great to know that he's being proactive and enjoying writing, which is brilliant.
Yeah, man.
He sounds like he's into it now as he ever was, you know?
A lot of sense as well. Sorry, Dave, what was that?
I said he sounds like he's into it now as he ever was.
Yeah, fair play. The flame still burns, doesn't it?
Great film that is, Lloyd. Jesus.
Flame still burns.
Oh, I love that film. Absolutely love that. Still crazy for anybody who doesn't get the reference. Absolutely outstanding rock music film. Yeah, one of my favorites, that is, mate. Shall we have some birthdays and shout outs?
Yes, let's do that, shall we? There's quite a few. I was quite surprised how many. This could take a while. Oof. Here we go. We're going to start off with Claire Jones. Hi, Crows. Can you give a 50th birthday message to Paula Yeats? It's her birthday tomorrow from her best mate, Claire Jones. Happy birthday, Paula.
Happy birthday, Paula.
Put my teeth in, like. Andrew Davis Jones. Hey, Crows. Can I get a 2 Crow birthday shout out tonight, please? One to my baby boy Sullivan, who's 2 yesterday, and to my wife Alex, whose birthday is on Easter Monday. Happy birthday, Sullivan!
Happy birthday!
And happy birthday, Alex!
Happy birthday, Alex!
Happy birthday!
Caroline Dickens. Hi, guys. Please, could you do a shout out to my husband, Matt Dickens? It's his birthday today. Thank you. Happy birthday, Matt!
Happy birthday!
What a good day, bud. Sarah Beals. Hi, Shane. Can I ask for a birthday shout out for my other half and partner in crime, Alan Thomas, for the 7th of April? It's rubbish that it's a second lockdown birthday for him, but we can almost see Crow shenanigans at the end of the tunnel. I'm sure a happy birthday from you guys will brighten his day. Cheers, Sarah. Happy birthday, Alan.
Happy birthday.
Ellen Bremner. Hi, Crows. Can I have a birthday shout out, please, for my best friend, Fiona Baxter, whose birthday it is on Easter Sunday, 4th of April. Is that 4th of Sunday? 4th of April?
Yeah, that's Sunday, yep.
Excellent. Just checking. Well done, Dave. I can't wait to see her again when we are allowed to celebrate properly with lots of fizz. P.S. Big thanks to you guys for getting us all through this last year with CrowCast. You really are the best. Happy birthday, Fiona.
Happy birthday.
Is it a delay?
Yeah, do a little bit of stall in a second. So, right, basically, for anybody who's watching now, we just watched literally all the numbers bomb because playing that video has put us in a bit of naughty trouble with Facebook. We have had permission for anybody, if Zach is listening or anybody from Facebook, you naughty buggers. We have had permission from management of Saxon to play that video. Obviously not Deep Purple. So
now we're having a ball again.
So we're just kind of working out what is going on by you. And how to get
it again, is it?
Yeah, just because obviously there's still a lot of people watching now currently on YouTube, which is fabulous, and Twitch. But we have lost all the Facebook massive.
No. Wise words of David Winchurch. If at
so
first
it's the first time. I mean, 53 weeks, man. I mean, considering it didn't happen last week, and last week was like a frigging jukebox, wasn't it? So
it does happen occasionally. People don't realize we occasionally we'll have little flags when we for copyright breaches, but they're not actually copyright breaches. It's just something that needs to be ironed out. That's all. So,
yeah, all I gotta say, but is this we wouldn't have this problem if it was analog.
Wouldn't have this problem, would we? So this is like this is almost like a secret show at the moment, isn't it? There's a lot of people on Facebook going, "I want to watch." There we are. It's being posted at the moment.
Yeah, everyone can go over to YouTube if it's easier for you, or.
Yeah, we're just waiting. Like I said, a lot of people don't watch it on YouTube, see, which is that's the thing, see, Dave. We stream on multiple platforms.
See,
been doing that for 53 weeks, isn't that mad? It's mad, isn't it? Yeah, so YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So yeah, I think the YouTube link is currently being posted onto Facebook. Yeah. You can see a lot of people logging onto YouTube. Which is fab. So yeah, if you're joining us on YouTube, sorry guys, don't know what's happened with Facebook. I think there's a copyright issue. There we are. I wondered why my Facebook had crashed. Welcome, Melanie, to YouTube. I knew YouTube was a place to be. Yes. I mean, ideally, if we could get everybody on YouTube, that would be a fabulous, joyful occasion. But a lot of people actually do like watching it on Facebook. When we did our research, they kind of feel more comfortable watching on Facebook. The other good thing about Facebook is obviously you get the reach, so everybody can share the video easier. But maybe it is something we'll look at in the future of encouraging more to join us on the YouTube channel, which is fab, and Twitch as well. Don't forget. So I'm literally just stalling a second for anybody who have stuck with us. Thank you very much. We'll continue the birthday shout outs. We're just trying to get everybody to catch up at the moment. Ignore the far left one, which has let us down tonight. Ignore that. Ignore that F.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yes. Ignore that F. Naughty Facebook. There we are. Switched over to YouTube now because of the bloody Facebook police. I agree.
It's incredible. It's incredible because we're promoting somebody else's music and yet we get pulled. It's incredible. That's incredible.
It's a weird game, isn't it, where like there's more than one person who has to okay something, and if someone doesn't okay it, or let the streaming services know, then they can just pull it straight down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, There is something, somebody messaged me earlier as well saying about being aware that Facebook are cracking down on this over-hour streaming shit. I don't know if any of you know that. So that's just something to work out. 'Cause I've just looked at the time on here and we've gone over an hour.
There we go. So they're saying you can still watch on Facebook, but you can't comment.
Okay.
So maybe
you can comment in the YouTube channel, or yeah. So if you are, there we go. If you are watching still on Facebook, brilliant. As Shane just said, you can't comment on Facebook, but you can join us on the YouTube channel. And yeah, it's brilliant now because in our chat room, if you look, boys, it's all lighting up with YouTube, YouTube watchers. Yes.
Welcome to YouTube, everyone.
Exactly. Fuck the Facebook.
Forget about antisocial Facebook. Antisocial.
Yeah.
Right then. So should we carry on with the birthdays? Because there's still a few.
Exactly. There we go.
I can't remember where I got to.
Fiona.
Yes, Fiona. Princess Fiona. Happy birthday, Princess Fiona. Happy birthday to Kirsty Natasha Roberts. It's her birthday today. She watches CrowCast every week without fail and has waited the whole year for this birthday shout out. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Kirsty.
Happy birthday.
Claire Elise Hemingway. Hi, could you give Dave Franks a birthday shout out tonight? He hasn't had the best of time lately. Involving his mum. Big love there. Thank you guys from Claire Hemingway. Dave, thoughts are with you, brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Ben Ambler. Happy birthday, buddy. 47 years old today. Well done, Ben.
And he's got a 16-year-old girlfriend. Well done, buddy.
Oh, never.
No, he hasn't.
Moving on.
I'm just winding him up there.
Well, that's what you're doing, is it?
Yeah.
We got David Dino Stevenson, drummer extraordinaire for Hand of Dimes. All-round wonderful human being. Happy birthday, brother. It's Dino. Happy birthday, Dino.
Happy birthday, Dino. Cracking drummer. Cracking drummer.
Happy birthday, Dino boy.
Bloody lovely guy.
See you in April.
David Franks. This has already been said. Happy birthday, David. Have another one.
Have another one, Dave.
Happy birthday to you.
This one's on us.
Good name, Dave.
Emma Louise. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Emma.
Happy birthday, Emma.
Emma.
Happy birthday.
Mark Drury. Happy birthday, Mark. It's your birthday today.
Happy
birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday.
Amy Alcock. Happy birthday, Amy. Hope you had a lovely day today.
Happy birthday, Amy.
Birthday.
Birthday.
And the last one, but not least, I would like to give a birthday shout out to my sister, Rachel. Happy birthday, Rach.
Happy
birthday,
birthday.
Happy birthday. You're so special. There we go. That's all the birthday shout outs.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I don't know how this next segment's going to work, but it'll be very, very interesting. I mean, people are still commenting. So, well, let's have a look at that.
What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line?
This week on What's the Next Line, the lyric is as follows. There's no one here besides me. There's no one here besides me. What's the next line? Go.
Ooh, that's a good one. Should we see what's on this week's Crow Radio?
The best music all day long. Crow Radio. Crow Radio. Available now via Those Damn Crows Spotify page. Don't forget to click the green heart.
Cool. Crow Radio this week, everyone. So we've taken inspiration from Saxon's inspiration. They put together an album of inspirations. We put together a playlist of covers. So it's artists who've covered other artists, okay? So, starting with the famous Jimi Hendrix with All Along the Watchtower. The equally famous Stevie Wonder with We Can Work It Out, which was originally the Beatles number.
Our new friend.
AFI, the Emo Kings, covering the Misfits, Halloween. Big Yellow Taxi, the Joni Mitchell number, covered by Counting Crows.
Tune.
Still of the Night by Hailstorm.
That is
a Beatles classic. Another one by the legends of Aerosmith. Helter Skelter, another Beatles number. There's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? Covered by Motley Crue.
Good friends of ours.
Get Up, Stand Up, which is an unusual.
Dave, we're losing you there, bud.
Good friends, the Daisies. Sabracadabra, the Black Sabbath tune by Metallica. Oof. What a Wonderful World by Joey Ramone.
Good friend.
Formerly of the Ramones. Formerly, he's not alive anymore, so formerly of life.
Currently in a box.
Yeah. Love Buzz, Nirvana, which some people don't know is a cover, but it is a cover of an old soul track. Electric Avenue by our friends in Skindred.
Yes.
99 Red Balloons by Californian ska punkers Goldfinger. Antisocial by our Steelhouse buddies Anthrax. Ironic, 4 Years Strong. Message in a Bottle by Machine Head. War Pigs, Faith No More, not Black Sabbath. Live and Let Die by Guns N' Roses. Heroes, Motorhead. Sorry, I missed one out there, right? Burning Down the House, which was originally the Talking Heads, which is now the Used. Sound of Silence, Disturbed. Working Class Hero, Green Day. Teardrop, Newton Faulkner. Running Free, which is the Iron Maiden tune by Stone Sour. So that is a hell of a playlist.
That is a hell of a playlist. That's a good playlist.
Yes, click the little green heart. Download it if you love it. Share it with your mates. Just enjoy it over the next week.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure
playlist.
If you haven't followed us on Spotify, now's a great time to do it. You can save these playlists exactly as Dave just said. I got a couple now saved. I've worked out how to do that. I asked my kids to show me.
There's a lot happening on our Spotify every week. So if anyone watching is not following us on Spotify, get over there and have a little follow. There's plenty going on.
I love that. And before we get to the winner of what's the next line, it's probably a great time as well. Annie Schwarzenegger has set up a world tour because we can't go on tour at the moment. So Crow Fitness have been on their very own world tour. This is an incredible task. And there was a competition running on the Crow Fitness fan page of how quick we could actually travel all around the world from Bridgend. So this week's update from Annie. Here we go, boys. This is your weekly start update. In the 4th week, we have added 1,505 miles, taking us to 29% now of the way around the world. Starting where we left off in Amsterdam, we continue the world tour from Netherlands via Germany, Handover, Denmark, Copenhagen, Sweden, Gothenburg, finishing the week in Norway, Oslo. Since the start of tracking, we have climbed a quarter of the distance to the International Space Station, about 100 kilometers so far. But I'm sure a lot of that is Grant on his bike. There we go.
Well done, people.
That's incredible.
Great work.
Yeah.
That's more next week, please.
Like I said, we're not out on the road at the moment. We can't do a world tour yet. So the Crow Fitness crew are doing it for us, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. Keeping the concrete warm for us.
Exactly that.
Amen.
Exactly that. Yes. Have we got a winner, Shane?
We have, yes. The people behind the scenes have got in touch to let us know who the winner is. The lyric was, "There's no one here besides me." This is from Never Win. And the lyric is, Just memories of me and you. Lots of people had this right, but the winner is Jacqueline Allison Skinner. Congratulations, Jacqueline. Jack.
Well done.
Congratulations, love.
But does she know what she's won?
I don't think she does.
This is a very special prize. Very, very, very special prize. Shall I bring it up on screen?
Bring it up on screen, bud.
Let's see what she's won.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
these are brand spanking new. Let me tell you what this is. This is a hand-drawn image of Those Damn Crows singer, Shane Greenhall, drawn entirely using lyrics from these songs: Blink of an Eye, Sick of Me, Kingdom of Dust, Sin on Skin, Be You, Behind These Walls, and Never Win. They're the lyrics that makes up my ugly mug. And this was hand-drawn by artist Matt Benton and limited to 150 copies, which have been hand-signed and numbered personally by myself. Printed on A3 heavyweight card. It's ready to be framed. 150 of them. Once they're gone, they're gone. They're on our web store right now. But Jax, you've got the first one.
Issue one
of 150.
Pressing one.
You can see it up there, top left-hand corner. 1 of 150, signed by Shane. Bloody super smashing great, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Aye.
That's beautiful.
But that is available right now if you guys want yours on our web store.
149 available. Go.
Oh.
Go.
My facts. My facts.
Here we go.
Sorry, Dave.
Full screen, Chief.
There is a town in Canada named Dildo.
You're probably right there because there's a lake in Canada called Lake Minnie Wanker. Oh, there is.
Welcome to Dildo. Oh, man.
I come to the conclusion, Dave, you've been locked up too long.
Captain Dildo. Captain Dildo looks remarkably like the fish finger captain. What was his name? Captain Birdseye.
No, Mr. Birdseye.
Use the party.
Oh, I like to taste that beer. I tell you what, but it's really creamy.
It's a party in the Dildo break. Oh, fucking hell, Dave.
Oh, Dildo Island. Look at the picture. Didn't it look like the mountains got like, I thought the mountain had like a split in it and someone was going inside it.
Oh, Dave, man.
That's what it looked like.
There he is, man.
The thing is, guys, is when you see the Dave's Did You Know theme tune come up, if your kids are nearby, you can literally turn the volume off.
Yeah, and, what I'm thinking of is the amount of photoshopping going on tomorrow, and everybody's going to have you either in like Welcome to Dildo, or you actually as Captain Dildo.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love that. Please.
Yeah, you got to do that now, people.
Please.
There's
a couple of people there who are Photoshop wizards. Please.
You got to do it.
Have you got another one for us, Dave? Go on. I'm going to catch you out here.
Oh, God. Go on in. Right. Most toilets flush in E flat.
Fucking hell. Are you serious?
Well, let's find out when you get your tuner out.
That's what I was going to say. You have to take a tuner to the toilet.
Yeah.
He's gone. Shane's gone to test it out.
He's got to test it out.
He'll flush the toilet. He'll come back now. Bollocks.
I'm trying to think. Does it go like it's around about there, isn't it? There we are.
Wow, there we go.
Right, here's a question, right? On the same sort of subject, does this sound different if you've blocked it?
Well,
is it like detuning a guitar? Like,
well, no, it's almost like stuffing a drum, isn't it?
I've just tried mine, and it is very close.
There we are. Shane's got good pitch. You can't argue with that.
But
it's very close.
Like he said, if you fill said toilet,
said items.
Back now.
Yeah, we'll all nip off for 10 minutes, and
yeah, does it change it? It's like putting a muffler, isn't it, on a saxophone or something?
Yeah, I can imagine. Like when you
muted dog.
What was that?
A muted dog.
Was that?
Oh no, saxophone down here. Oh, trumpet. I'm still on last week, but we did 4 hours last
week. What we
week.
can do, I'm just
catching up.
Crow family
can
recreate a song. If we all fill the toilet to different level and flush it and record it, we can use them as samples and make a song.
Yeah, but it'll be an E flat, won't it?
No. But if each one person fills it to a different level. So say, for instance, I eat a large meal the day before and you eat a small meal.
Oh, right. I see where we're going with this.
Yeah.
You're not. You are mental.
Yeah. Lloyd, how long have you known me now, buddy?
Well, exactly.
I'm still walking the streets.
Still walking
the streets.
I just a bloody bout.
Yeah. Is this a sign-in fee day for signing to win? I'll pick one.
Check out a village in Shetland called Twat. Apparently.
There was another one as well. Oh, there we are. Clay Kid. Did we put the Wet Wang one up?
Some of us did. I just don't want to mention on here.
Someone put the Wet Wang up.
Oh my god, Dave. Just didn't want to mention on here.
Oh man.
You missed it. That's what she said.
Oh man. Straight in the gutter.
Wet Wang. That's amazing. That's amazing. I love it. Look at that. Oh, please drive carefully in Wet Wang.
Yeah. Sounds Chinese, isn't it?
Slippery when Wet Wang, like.
Oh. Cautious in Wet Wang. Oh man.
Right in Wet Wang.
Now, Nolan, have you been to Booby Bay, or have you just been to a nudist beach in Cornwall and that you call the Booby Bay?
Booby Bay.
Yeah.
Is he?
Norbend.
Norbend.
I love her. Norbend, like.
Oh God.
Lynn Parry, good job you're not on Facebook. You'd have a month's ban.
Yeah, exactly. This is the cool club now on YouTube and Twitch.
Yeah, this is the all the dirty people are in on YouTube. Yeah. No PG going on here.
Maybe that's the future, boys. We'll have to do an after show where we can talk about
can you imagine?
Wet Wangs and Booby Bays, and do you know what I mean?
Dildo.
Booby Bay and Dildo. What was that? Dildo Island?
Just Dildo.
Here we go.
No, Captain Dildo, isn't it?
Finger in hoe.
Come on.
Oh God.
Mad, isn't it?
Mad. Oh, I think it's my favorite Dave's.
There we are.
Oh God.
Is that a bloke from
From where?
You know that guy on the quiz show, the tall guy, the really lanky guy with the glasses?
No, that's not him.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Oh, well done. That's so good, Crow family.
There's another one, another quick one. There's a place called Intercourse in Pennsylvania. Bloody hell, man. Who's naming these places?
Oh, God, that's incredible. That's
It's either some fucking clown or somebody just literally taking the piss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally someone taking the piss, I think.
Oh man, it's just
They
those
do,
funny.
man.
It's those funny ones. Do you know what I mean? It's those like I said. Yeah,
Knob end.
yeah. Well, and Willy Wang, or you know what I mean? It's just like wet wang.
Wet wang and knob end.
It sounds, oh, oh, fucking hell.
man.
Yeah, that's it. I agree with this one on Twitch. Yeah, I agree. That's a list of
Oh, I
tours.
love that. I would love that.
On the comedy tour.
Imagine the poster.
Do you know what? I don't think a band have ever done that, have they?
No.
If the
That's something
that-
unique. Yeah.
Is it? Did you know? Can we get 10 dates in the most fucking obscure name places? Like literally go and play
Wet wang.
Wet Wang and Booby Bay and Cox.
Imagine the tour poster. That would be legendary, wouldn't it?
Yeah. An intimate tour with the Crows, isn't it?
Very, very intimate
Yeah.
tour.
Starting off in Knob End. And then we head over to Rimswell.
Please drive carefully. Oh man,
let's let people catch their breath now, right?
Yeah, I seen something similar to that on Facebook where two
guys, wasn't it?
Two guys, two mates or brothers, and they
good
decided
brothers.
to hit the road and see how many they could do in 24 hours or something.
To find like all the visit everywhere in the UK, wasn't it? Where all like funny named places.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of them.
They had a photo by every sign, didn't they?
That's it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Well, that entertained me. Sorry if we lost loads of viewers, but
yeah.
That definitely entertained me. That was a pick me up. Shifting through the gears. I think we've got sent in some goodies. Is that correct?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, you know what that means.
Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box? Mystery box, mystery box. What's inside the mystery box?
Open the fucking box.
It's brilliant. I'm trying to kind of segue out of that, Dave. Did you know? And people are still sending them in of a cockwomble.
Jacqueline Allison Skinner. David has been sunbathing today. No, I actually did spend the entire day at the beach on Sunday, so that's why my face is a bit red. That plus alcohol, good combination.
Here we go. Either that or he's been licking barbecues again.
Yeah. Been down knob.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get on with it, Shane.
I'm just waiting for you guys.
Yeah, I just say, what are you waiting for, man?
You twat.
Yes, Greedo.
Right, this is a huge box, boys. To Shane, Ronnie, Dave, Lloyd, and Shiner, happy first CrowCast birthday. Thanks for all you do, Crows. So looking forward to seeing you at shows. Lots of love from Jane Smith, aka Ginge. So we've got.
Oh, thank you.
It looks like we've got birthday presents and Christmas presents all in one box, because it looks like she's tried to send it to us ages ago and had a bit of trouble with the courier. So we've got loads of cards. We've got birthday cards. We've got Christmas cards.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'm trying to work out what to open. That's for Dave. Happy birthday, Dave.
Yeah.
Open that one then.
Look at that.
Oh, this one's. I better not open that one, Dave. I'll keep that for you. Is it?
No, if you want, crack it open. So
You
it's
sure?
not a dildo.
Captain
It's a
Dildo,
funny
you
shaped
go in.
dildo, isn't it?
This is for Dave.
You know, I haven't got the patience to wait till I actually see it. I know, that's lovely, isn't it?
Fucking sparrows, alright, Dave?
Have you got a bird, Dave? Have you got a bird?
You will by tomorrow.
No, but yeah.
Hey!
Oh, fucking hell. That's amazing. Fucking hell. Yeah, I've been wondering about that, mate. I've been wondering about that. So that's handy.
This one is for.
There he is, right?
Oh, look at that.
That's a notepad for me.
Like a
to do
lyric
lyrics
book,
in.
yeah.
That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
What we got here? What we got here? Oh, this looks good. It's a puppet, but not a Muppet. Oh, wait, there's actually two. What they call is up to you. Cheryl and Russell, Rock and Roll, Ronnie and Reggie, Cannon and Ball thought they could accompany you on a tour, might brighten your long journeys a little more.
Ooh.
Nice lyrics, Ginge.
Rock on, Tommy.
Shit, love him.
Hey, look at that.
It's a pelican, isn't it?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Awesome. It's
Too
a
good.
puppet. Oh, we got new showbiz.
Yeah. You know, fill it in for me.
It's a puppet. Ah, boys. You know what I'm doing right
We're
now?
gonna make a show around these guys.
Yeah, boy.
It's like your Mbongo advert.
Sounds like a seagull's done puff call.
And it looks like there's sweets. This is for Lloyd. Some sweets. Happy Christmas.
Oh,
It looks
nice.
like we all got those sweets.
lovely.
That's amazing, Ginge. Jane, thank you so much.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
I won't open the cards, boys. I'll let you open them.
Yeah.
Jane, thank you so much. That's amazing.
Thank you, Jane.
We've got to come up with a name now for those crows.
Yeah, you definitely got to come up with a skit for them. Definitely. Like a bit of a Rod Hullett jobby, like.
Shut up.
Brilliant. Massive thanks to everyone tonight, guys, for switching over to YouTube when Facebook kind of crashed. We'll find out what was the cause of it, what happened, and we'll keep you posted in the fan group amongst our own page, etc. Shane's loving, I know. Oh, Rod boy. Yet again, if you follow us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, as many of you switched over tonight, thank you very much for doing that. We are on Twitch as well. We're live streaming on Twitch currently, and give us a follow on Twitter as well. And if you like all your eggs in one basket, this is the place to go. Go to www.thosedamncrows.com. You can catch up on all the music. You can go to our shop, up-to-date schedules of what's happening with the gigs, what's been announced, what's being rescheduled. CrowCast, beer, Crow Fitness, everything is in one place for there if you don't want like multiple links, etc., guys. So go and check that out. That's www.thosedamncrows.com. It's all gone there. Yeah. I don't know. Any other business, boys? Look how happy Shane is.
Hey, there he is.
No, just thank you for the gifts and thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you very much.
Shiner boy. Take us
Ladies
out.
and gentlemen, one-liner, shiner.
I thought that photo was going to be gone when I was showing.
I've given up, Dave. It doesn't exist to me anymore.
Yeah.
All right, then. So we got be yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
Love
exactly that, David. As you have proven tonight, Dave, you are an original.
Fortune, but
it is, right?
That's what I was hanging on then.
Yeah. Crow family, thank you so much for joining us and the wonderful Biff Byford tonight. Another brilliant show. Thank you, everybody, for the presence. We will see you next Tuesday live at 9 on CrowCast episode 54. See you then. I'm not giving up. I'm not